with my 33-week pregnancy update. Oh my gosh, can you believe we're at 33 weeks? This is nuts. It's getting just so close to us having a little baby girl. I don't know, I'm anxious, I'm excited, I'm getting nervous, just all kinds of emotions running through me and the family. It's been crazy. So lots of stuff to update you guys on this week. I just wanted to tell you that I'm probably going to start doing, I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but I'm going to start doing these weekly just because we're getting close. We're getting really close to the end here, and I cannot believe we're gonna have our baby so soon. So the first question is, how far along? I'm 33 weeks and 2 days today. How big is the peanut? I have no idea. I looked at my app and it said that she's between 4 and 6 pounds at this point. So she's big. She's like the size of, you know, a newborn baby. She's getting there anyway. So I feel like, I don't know. I have no idea how big she is. I really don't. I wish that they would look, at the doctor and tell me, but I just honestly have no idea how big she is. But she's definitely grown a lot, especially over the last couple of weeks. I've just noticed a lot more that I'm squished and she's squished for sure. She's definitely stretching out in there. I can tell she's getting more and more uncomfortable because a lot of times she'll just go like this, and she'll try to push her way kind of just into some sort of different position than she's in there. So it causes a lot of discomfort for me, a lot of discomfort for her. We're both, I'm sure, ready to have her here in the world where she can just stretch her little legs out and her little arms and just be a happy little camper. Total weight gain or loss. So I went to the doctor this past week and I gained 1 more pound from the week before, which means I am a total of 21 pounds up above my pre-pregnancy weight. Maternity clothes. Yep, still in maternity clothes, although I think I mentioned before the ones I had aren't fitting that great. So I'm kind of just in these like summer dresses that I picked up. I'm getting these at like Ross and Marshall and TJ Maxx for anywhere from like $6 to $12 a piece. I picked up a bunch of those over the last few weeks just to kind of fit in because it's so hot here already. It's like 90 degrees outside and I'm just getting to the point. I'm so grateful of that. I'm due in May and not in like August or September, and I feel for you ladies that had to go through the entire summer pregnant because now I see exactly what that entails. I didn't realize it before, but it is just so uncomfortable to be this just big pregnant, carrying all this weight around. You're sweaty anyway, not feeling great, and then you've got to deal with this like tremendous amount of heat from the sun, right on top of it. So definitely excited that she's due in May. But yes, I am in maternity clothes, but a lot of the stuff I'm wearing is not maternity clothes. It is just normal clothes that I bought a size or 2 up. Sleep. What is that? I'm just kidding, but seriously, sleep completely disrupted. It's gone from somewhat disrupted to now I'm getting kind of that pregnancy insomnia that you hear about. So yeah, I kind of stay awake at night. It's strange because when I get home from work, I'm usually so tired that I just can't even see straight anymore. I just need to like sit down for a few minutes. Sometimes I'll take a nap. I'll sleep for like an hour or 2 as soon as I get home, wake up, make some dinner, do some stuff around the house, and then go lay back down around 11 o'clock, maybe 12, roughly. But it doesn't, it's the same thing every night at this point. I'm super uncomfortable. My hips and my pelvis hurt tremendously, and I just cannot get comfortable. I have my pillow, which I wouldn't be able to get any sleep without that, so I'm grateful for that. But as far as like just sleeping through the night goes, it's gone. And that's okay because, truly I feel like it's my body's way of preparing me for having the new baby, which I know it's going to be worse, the sleep thing when she gets here, and I'm totally fine with that. But I think it's just kind of me getting into that preparation stage where I'm going to, probably be up all night anyway, and that's okay. It's just that right now I have to get up and go to work and function, and it's becoming a little more difficult just because it's hard to concentrate when you're just a total zombie. Best moment this week. Well, I guess that's going to be, I went to my doctor's appointment. I had them check me because I've been having a ton of contractions, just a lot of Braxton Hicks, and that is all day long. They're not in a regular pattern. I've timed them a few times because it was getting, scary for me. So I made sure I was keeping track of the timing and stuff like that. And they weren't in like a pattern where it was like time to go to the hospital or that was signifying labor or anything like that. But I told my doctor about it, and my doctor, I've mentioned it before, it's a group. So So you've got a couple of, nurse midwives, and you've got doctors, and you've got all kinds of just different people. I think there's a total of like 4 or 6 of them, and every time you go to the doctor you tend to see a new one because they want you to get acclimated to each one, because in the hospital they trade out on rotations, so you don't know who's actually going to be delivering your baby, but of course they want you to know who, one of them, they want you to meet all of them at some point in the duration of your pregnancy. So I saw a girl I hadn't seen for a long time, and she was so amazing. She was just phenomenal. She made me feel so much better. I told her all about my symptoms. She checked me to make sure I wasn't dilated, which I'm not. So I think my doctor's appointment was really just the highlight of my week. Also, I had them look at they check my blood pressure like they do every time. That was phenomenal. My blood work came back really good from a couple weeks ago, so I think she just kind of reassured me that everything is going okay. We don't obviously, I'm trying to think of the words to say here. We don't know when she's going to come. But, I'm kind of getting into that out of the yellow area because I'm at 33 weeks now, more into the, slowly creeping up towards green. So she was just kind of, had me focused. She's like, Tina, just get to 34 weeks. I'm going to see you again, and then we're going to get to 36 weeks. She really kind of just helped reinforce positive energy and positive thoughts, and that was just, it made a huge difference in my entire week and just the way I felt and everything like that, because I was really getting scared. I was nervous. 32 weeks, it's too early. It definitely happens, but you don't want the baby to come out, at this point unless, it's completely necessary. So, anyway, that was a good moment this week, my doctor's appointment. Food cravings. Yep, I still have my taco thing going on, my hard crunchy tacos. I love them. We're doing Taco Tuesdays now. As you guys probably have seen, I'm doing VEDA, so I'm going to be doing another Taco Tuesday this week. It's just a really good excuse for me to eat crunchy tacos, which is awesome, but I'm going to try out a new recipe, so I'm excited about it. I want them like right now. Other than that though, no, nothing crazy. Food aversions. Nope, nothing. I'm trying to think real quick. We had some like, my husband made some beef, like short ribs, and he cooked them, and he grills his, it does a different thing, but the kind of, I don't know, the beef was grossing me out a little bit, so I wasn't able to eat it, but that was the only real aversion this week. Labor signs. No, aside from the Braxton Hicks, no, I haven't had anything, and like I said, as of this past Wednesday, I'm not dilated at all or anything like that, so, just normal stuff. I think that as your pregnancy progresses, nothing that signified like true labor though. Belly button in or out, it's still halfway. It's not like, I don't think it's gonna poke out now. I'm losing faith, so we'll see. I really wanted to torment my husband with that, but no, I don't think it's gonna. So it's still in. It's just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's inverted, but it's in still. There's still a hole in my tummy where the belly button should be, not like an outie. What I miss? Oh my gosh. I miss all kinds of things now at this point. I miss, I've said it before, but just kind of being able to get up and run around and have my old energy back. I miss that a lot. I do miss, I thought about sushi a lot this week, like some good raw sushi. That sounded pretty good. So I guess I miss sushi too, although it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Sushi is my favorite food. I thought that was going to be my #1 pregnancy craving, and it hasn't been. It really hasn't. It's like kind of give or take thing. I've eaten it cooked quite a few times, but it hasn't been like a major issue. But this week I did start to miss it a little bit. What I'm looking forward to, well, all kinds of things. Obviously her being here would be #1. #2 is just, I think, we're working on the nursery. I think I say that like every week now. We just keep getting closer and closer. A lot of DIY projects going on up there, so it's just been kind of in shambles, and I was getting almost like frustrated, I'm like, oh, I need this done now, especially with the Braxton Hicks, and then the nesting thing started kicking in, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I really want this nursery done. Like, I want it done right now, So as soon as that gets done, which I don't know that it will be, because again, we're not getting our crib until after she's born, stuff like that. So I just don't know. It will never be complete until she's actually here in our house. But I guess I just am looking forward to getting that to a point where it's totally complete, sans the crib, if that makes any sense. Milestones. No, I think that, I'm trying to think, there's nothing major. At this point, she is fully developed. As far as, as far as her development goes, she's, her bones are getting to the point, I think they already are actually, they're hardened, I'm trying to think what is a major milestone this week. I mean, at this point, I really think her lungs are just developing and she's putting on weight. She gains somewhere in the neighborhood of like half a pound a week, which means I gain like a pound a week. But she's just gaining weight at this point. So no major milestones to report that I know of. But yeah, she's just growing in there, just getting ready to make her big debut. Bump. Yes. Oh my gosh, I have a bump. I'm going to show you my bump here in just a second. Okay, so here is my bump from the side. Here I am from the front. And then the other side here, as you can see, she's gotten really big. My hips hurt so badly. They feel like they're just gonna crack in half at any second, honestly. But yeah, she's getting majorly big in there. My bump's kind of wonky because she tends to put, I think it's her bottom is like right here. So if you look, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little bit more of a bump right here than there is like on this side because of the way she's sitting in there. Alright guys, so that's the end of my update. But before we go, I did want to talk about a topic that has come up a few times in the comments and with people, that I talk to in, regular life, people I see face to face and things like that. And that is the pets and the baby. Like, what is the plan? What are we doing, to try to help integrate the entire family together? As you guys know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, my animals are incredibly important to me. They are my children. They are part of my family. I've had my cats for 12 years, both of them, and and Gabby now is going to be 8 in July. So I mean, I'm very, very, very close to my animals. And their health and safety is a huge priority in my life. One of the things that, was asked is like the cats and the bedding situation with the baby. How are we going to keep the cats out of the baby's bed and stuff like that? I know there's like a wives' tale going around that cats like smother babies, blah, blah, blah. I truly don't believe that to be true. If you do a Google search on it, you won't find anything to that effect. And trust me, I wanted to make sure I knew, what I was talking about here. But, I understand that it is an issue, keeping kitties, away from the baby. And again, of course, I'm concerned as well. I don't want them to hurt her or lay on her or, if she's allergic. I mean, obviously she can't defend herself as a newborn. So basically what my plan is to, once we get the bedding set up, so we'll probably have, or what we'll definitely have, in the bedroom, she's going to be sleeping in a pack and play with us in our bedroom as far as we know. And once I get that set up to where the baby's going to be sleeping in it, the cats will probably no longer be allowed in the bedroom. So it's sad, it's really sad, but they don't sleep with us at night anyway because Gabby, my dog, my Yorkie, will not allow them to sleep in there. So we're going to keep them out of the bedroom just for the first, just until we get integrated and I kind of see their reaction to, together. I want to make sure, of course, that there's no I just don't want them jumping in there because they're furry, they leave fur everywhere, and again, it's nothing against the cats, it's nothing against anybody, but I want to make sure she has a nice, clean, healthy environment to sleep in, and also we don't want them jumping in there at night. And I don't think, again, they're just not the type that I believe would do that, but I don't want to take any chances, so they'll have to sleep out here in the living room, but they actually do that anyway, and so that's fine. Gabby, on the other hand, a little bit of a different situation. She's not going to be jumping in the pack and play because she can't, but she is, what we plan to do is once I go into labor, my in-laws will have Gabby. They'll pick her up, and keep her for the time that we're in the hospital. Gabby is probably, I think, and we're not 100% certain on this, we're still kind of wavering a little bit, I don't know, but I think what we want to do is have her stay with my in-laws just for the first 2 or 3 nights while the new baby's home. And the reason is because Gabby barks. Like, she's a barker. I love her to death, but man, if I go to the restroom in the middle of the night, she barks at me. She's just one of those dogs. She's a good guard dog. She's awesome. She doesn't mean any harm by it, but she just is yappy, So in order to keep the sanity here, because I know what would end up happening is as soon as I step up or get up, she's gonna bark. If the baby cries, she's gonna bark. It's gonna happen, and we're preparing for mentally, as far as when the baby's here with her and everybody's together. But I think just for the first maybe 2 to 3 nights, I'm gonna ask my in-laws if they can keep Gabby, just so we can get used to having the baby here in the house and get integrated. We're obviously gonna be lacking on sleep and stuff anyway, and that's fine, but we wanna make sure that, you know, everybody gets integrated comfortably as possible and as, you know, safe and happy as possible as well. I will definitely send like a baby blanket or a piece of her clothing home, you know, with my in-laws so that Gabby can kind of get used to her smell and stuff like that. But, you know, as it stands right now, we're just trying to make sure that everybody is, you know, happy, healthy, safe, comfortable. I love my animals as much as I love, you know, any human in my life, so you can rest assured that, you know, they are definitely a priority for us. Alright guys, well that's the complete end of my update. I thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave them down below. If you are new to my channel and you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. We'd love to have you here, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!